You may recall I broke the pull cord on the TECOmaster. It's a little 2 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. Nice thing is it's just underneath that cover. We'll just pull it off and see what we need to do to actually get this thing fixed. It's all built into that. Looks like I have to undo these tabs. This is going to be interesting, that's for sure. Alright, back at the workbench here. Got the cover. I've determined that these little plastic guys, they're just kind of like a guide, and they actually don't move with the middle part, so I just got to bend those up and then this should come out. So I guess we'll find out shortly. Apart, that's half the battle. This spring though, it's gonna just go spring. I guess that's what springs do to us. Spring! Ay. Really don't want that to all unwind. It's really unfortunate. I think going to vice grip it inside here so it can't spring apart. Hang on a second. Alright, well that's where this is going to stay for now until I get some more cord. I'm sure I'll be able to find it easily enough, but for now, we're stuck. And since we're here, how about some Clyde? Hi, buddy. Hey, Clyde. Oh, I see Chi-Chi too. They love to hang out under that snowmobile. Too funny. What time is it? You know what time it is? It's food time. All right, hang on, kitties. Clyde, you gonna do your food happy dance? All right. I guess not. Here, Clyde. Here, buddy. Oh yeah, treats. Those are good. Yeah, those are good. There's more. One more. Good boy. Good boy. I know. Hey, hi, Chi-Chi. It's okay. Chi-Chi want some treats? There you go. There you go. What a good girl. You know, they eat as if I never feed them, but I really do. Look at this big bucket. Cats. So here's me feeling like a bit of a dunce today. I went and looked on Amazon for a new pull cord for the TECOmaster, for the little Briggs, and they're like 30, 40 bucks. And really it's just a piece of rope, and after some thinking I realized that I've really only lost 3 inches, maybe. So why don't I just continue using this one? It'll be a little shorter, a short pull, but for that little engine it should still be just fine. So that's what I'm gonna do, and hopefully it'll still last a little while. Well, I spared you the pain of watching me struggle, the aggravation of putting together one of these recoil rewind starters. They're not much fun, but suffice to say I battled and I won. So now all back together, and we're one step closer to getting the TECOmaster up and running again. So I put the cover and recoil back on the TECOmaster. Turns out I was wrong. It's a 1966, at least going by the date code on the engine. I really can't find out anything else on this machine. But I'm going to actually put that on hold for now, because I was speaking with a friend of mine, and he had an old lawnmower that needed a little bit of work, and he just doesn't have time. He's too busy fixing up. He's got a 1960 Plymouth Fury he's working on, an old Model T, a 1956 Lincoln Continental Mark II. He's working on a 58 Edsel. He's got all kinds of cool stuff that he's working on. So he's too busy to spend much time on an old lawnmower, and he's helped me out with lots of things in the past. So here we are. It's, I believe, a 1977 Toro HD Whirlwind. It really is a pretty heavy-duty mower. If you haven't guessed already, it belongs to Scott over at coldwarmotors. And like I say, he's helped me out with different things, so I was more than happy to take this off his hands so that he can focus on much cooler things like the Model T. We think the diaphragm in the carburetor is not allowing it to pump fuel, which is right back inside there. So I'm gonna get in there and change that out, and hopefully this thing will run, and then we can get it back. Alright, there's our carburetor. That took about 10 minutes to pull off. I'll give it a clean up and start pulling it apart and see what's going on. It's hard to see, but quite a lot of junk down in there, so I'll have to get that cleaned up. That might be part of our problem. So as is my usual method, it's pretty late here Sunday evening, back from camping at Pembina River Provincial Park just one night. It was awesome. What a great river to splash around in. Luke had a great time. We all did. Everybody's tired out and in bed, so what better time than to come out into the workshop and have a go at Scott's little carburetor here. He's got Chi-Chi looking at me here. I think she wants some food. So I'm going to keep working on this. I've cleaned up the needle just with a little brass brush. Just go gentle on it. It's steel, so it can hold up to it. And also cleaned out the jet itself using the tools that came with the carburetor that we put on my other friend's lawnmower last week. Again, these being stainless steel, go easy with them on those brass parts because you don't want to scratch it. But just start small and work your way up. Go easy and everything should be fine. I better feed this cat. I'll be back. So that's the diaphragm that Scott was concerned about. Now what I do see straight away is a problem. Oh, no, it's there. Okay. Little cap, a little spring that operates against the diaphragm, and that's there. So that's really good news. So I'm just going to clean out these ports, and hopefully that will help. Doing a little reading on this carburetor, and kind of the idea is actually that the first pickup, the pump then drops the fuel into a second reservoir inside the tank, almost like a bowl, and then draws that into the carburetor. So genuine Briggs & Stratton part going in this one. Thanks, Amazon. This is one of the few parts actually left that you can get for this carb. If we can't save this carburetor, there's really, as far as I can find out, nothing else that will replace it on that motor, which might mean the death of the mower, unless, you know, a guy re-engines it. It was a flathead Dodge. So it's very important when we put in this new diaphragm. The spring goes in first and then this little cap, because any kind of hole or puncture or tear in this diaphragm will mean that it can't generate the vacuum to operate the fuel pump, and any fuel that does get in here is actually going to go straight into the carburetor and overfuel. So neither situation is very good. So spring, little protective cap, and our diaphragm, and the cover screws on top. Really couldn't be easier. Just trimming out the new gasket for the carburetor to fuel tank, since the old one didn't come off very well. Just some basic gasket material, even, you know, a manila folder would do, or maybe a darts package. And a sharp knife and some time, and you know, this is life when you're keeping old things going. Just take your time. If you're gonna mess up at all, I promise it'll be on the last cut. The rest of this I'll just trim out with scissors. Had to do a little fine tuning. The reason the holes in this gasket are so big is to fit over top of this. Still a little on the small side, but that should do nicely.